Welcome back to Inhale Games HQ. You could call me Comm, and today we're going to be looking at through the patch notes. Season 12, guys. Maggie madness. We're starting Monday strong live here at Inhale Games HQ. If you guys want to swing by and join the StaySafe live. Some of you guys are here in the chat with me, and we're going to be talking, like I said, patch notes beneath the surface. But let's briefly discuss, obviously, Maggie and her damn madness. She's not new to the Ehpex games. It was like Season 8, she came in and destroyed a bunch of shit, squad. She has some backstory with Fuse, but now she's basically being excommunicated over death. She's just like, no, join the games and die over and over again by your friends. So, checking in with her passive real quick. Temporarily highlights enemies you've damaged. Hot. And then no movement speed penalty when wielding shotgun. So I'm assuming you're basically just going to have a holstered speed even when you have a shotgun out. So Mozam for life. Her tactical, the riot drill. We've seen in the trailers her just shoot out that damn drill and a burst out damage on the other side of obstacles. It's going to be huge for breaching or quick escape. But the best... the damn wrecking ball, squad. That's what I'm keen on. This huge ass ball that releases and knocks over numpties. You know me, I like wrecking numpties, and that sounds like a fun way to do it. So she's also bringing control, which, oh, I cannot wait to have some gameplay on. I love objective game modes. As we discussed before, this is actually just going to be smaller, 3 flag, kind of like a domination. So really excited to try this game mode, and I think it would get a lot of people back into the game alongside the login bonuses. If you're still trying to collect characters, I think there's just, you know, a lot of madness going on. It's going to be a good season to get some new people playing or back into the game with me. It's going to be 9v9. So 3 teams of 3 going in, just battling infinite respawns, guys. We talked a little bit about it. And we'll have some more footage for sure on this because, guys, Misa like objective game modes. Misa like teamwork. Misa like dream work. Misa like being numpty like Jar Jar. Completely re-teleported. It's closer to ground surface. It's still actually on, what was it, Samathe, I believe is the world. It's still on that world, just closer to the bottom of the... you know, closer to the surface there. So a bunch of destruction happened in the teleportation, and some new buildings have kind of phased in. We have a whole new LZ, and they've kind of rotated some of the high tier loot where the waterfalls were by labs out to the docks to increase some of the outer rotation. We're excited about the new legend. We're excited about the new mode, obviously the new battle pass and rewards map update. But let's see what the hell they fixed, squad. All right, let's see what the hell they fixed. Wildlife update. This is gonna be huge. This is gonna be huge because we all hate the damn prowlers. It's been a full season of PvE since it's been added into the game, and basically everyone says the prowlers are a bit too punishing and not quite rewarding enough, and I would agree. So they've reduced the damage from 30 to 20. And the knockback force, so 10 less damage, and you're not going to be like yeeted cross map. But now when you do clear them and do handle them, you're going to be getting a bunch more crafted materials. And basically, let's see here, overhauling the wildlife targeting rules to use damage as primary factor. Target cap for prowlers, so 3 prowlers will be able to target a player at one time. Nice. So no more than 3 prowlers at a time will be able to target you. They're doing less damage and knocking you back less. Prowler dens are disabled outside the ring, so if it's not even in the ring, they won't even be aggressive. They won't even engage in combat. The dens will just be disabled. Prowler den spawns are now disabled when there are 2 teams inside the same nest. 2 teams, not 2 teammates. So 2 teams inside the same nest. So if you're basically having a fight while you're in a prowler nest, you know, it's going to disable the nest, let you have your fight. Yeah, so finally we're not getting third-partied by prowlers, eh? Thank goodness. And also they improved the interactions with like the electric abilities, so Watson's fences and Ash's tactical will be more reliable when dealing with the animals, as well as when they target you in the vehicle, it'll just do damage to the vehicle instead of you. So Looks like they've changed some of the dropship pathing here. As you see, this is Storm Point. The northeast quadrant here up by like Lightning Rod wasn't really getting much play, they were saying. And so now with the updated paths, you're going to see a lot more opportunity to drop northeast here. So with the wildlife and the dropship, that basically wraps up Storm Point. Yeah, we're just going to get into the ranked. They tweaked ranked a little bit, and we're actually going into ranked this season a lot more focused to try to get out of gold, and they've made some changes. So check this out, squad. Last season, if you remember, in the patch notes, they completely reworked how you get RP. So you actually get more if you're killing a player, you know, higher tier than you, or a little bit less if you're killing somebody, you know, that's below you. You know, just a freaking numpty. And then you get all, obviously, your bonus based off placement. And they kind of wanted to still push people working together and going for placement versus just going hot for kills. It could have maybe been because the map was Worlds and people are still just dropping and just going for kills and just playing it like it wasn't even ranked. Could have really been map based. And same with Storm Point. Just the way it played that season. But they've actually taken down the max KP kill RP from 175 to 125. So it's going to be about 2 to 3 less kills, they say here, basically, to reach that maximum KP. So you don't actually have to push necessarily every fight or drop hot to get that KP and just kill as many people as you can and then just sit there for the rest of your game where you're just like actually bored, right? So then you end up pushing someone and then dying and you're just like, well, F that, dude, I should have just waited. But you're like, I'm not just going to sit for 10 minutes. Now you can kind of just pick the fights you need, try to spread out a little bit more. I think we might see a lot more snipes because of this, hopefully. But I mean, obviously, it's third-party Legends. We're going to be, just people are going to be pushing. We're, what is it, Olympus for Split 1, sorry, and Kings Canyon for Split 2. So the best 2 maps, as far as I'm concerned, to just throw down. But you don't necessarily need to push that KP. And you can definitely just rotate those top 5s, try to push that podium, and just capitalize on that final fight, and still walk away with just huge overall RP. So hopefully it's a slightly less thirsty ranked. We will see. They've also added in a communication filter. So for the text chat, you can decide if everyone can see it, friends only, or if it's off. This could be good if someone's like spamming, you know, bad words and you're live or something. So maybe for streamers this could be pretty beneficial, or if you just get annoyed by people text to chatting you and like spamming just spamming anything really, you can just turn it off, to be honest. Talk some patch notes here real quick. Some legend balances. Crypto, the drone view HUD and quality of life updates. They've added the game state, so you can see like the ring closing and the timer here. You got the mini map and kill feed now. Ping information, Crypto's health and shield is now presented in your drone, and survey beacon markers are now displayed in world while piloting the drone, same as controlling Crypto himself. So huge kind of update to the HUD there. Looks clean. The Neuralink changes increase the Neuralink detection field of view from 160 to 240 degrees. Neuralink detection is now disabled while the drone is being recalled. Now these were the actual changes here that I was keen on and that we discussed quite a bit, where the surveillance drone changes. So now when the drone is deployed, he will just fly in a straight line in that direction that Crypto is looking, and he'll just fly for a few seconds and then sit there and start acting as your drone, right, giving you all that information that you need. Now if you press and hold the button, pressing and holding that button will launch you straight into drone view if you wanted to just go straight into drone view, right? So I think it's going to be amazing just being able to quickly yeet your drone out. Now if it does hit a wall or anything else in the way, it'll kind of like bounce off and reorientate itself, so you can even purposely kind of like yeet it up and kind of angle it out to get a better, better position. So you're going to be able to kind of play with your drone, and I think that's just going to be so much better. And then once you're safe, or no one's in the area, you can get in it, ping everything, and continue to get your intel. They have, however, reduced the health by 10. So instead of 60, it's 50. So it's going to be a little bit easier to hopefully shoot out of the air, because it is doing so much for you now. The HUD marker for the drone has been tweaked to increase visibility, and the HUD marker for the drone is now always displayed on screen while the drone is deployed, instead of when the drone was off screen. So you're going to get basically a better visibility, all that additional HUD intel, while it's just floating out in the air, and you're not even in it. It's just going to be so much better to do all these things. It's just going to flow so much nicer now. Just being able to release the drone and not being forced into it is honestly like the biggest change, in my opinion, that needed to happen. We talked about the Nox gas traps are now destroyable after detonation, but they have 150 HP. So even though they've been, the burst and they're gassed, like, oh, F this, I can't even move, I can't do anything, guys, I'm stuck. It's like, no, you can just destroy it. It'll still linger. Gas effects lingers for 2 seconds after barrel destruction or expiration. So it'll linger just for 2 seconds after you destroy that, after you deal 150 damage. So no longer will you be completely effed by Caustic Block. Alright, let's talk about some weapons. Obviously, again, we've kind of talked about this on stream before. But the supply drop rotation, alternators coming out, and they've removed the disruptor rounds, obviously, and the volt is going in with an increase of damage from 15 to 17 on the bullet, and an increase on mag from 28 to 30. These are honestly my two favorite SMGs, so the fact that they're just switching places doesn't really matter to me too much. Haven't got to use the alternator since it's basically been in the crate, so really excited to get my hands on that again. Speaking of things that we're excited to get our hands on again, can we quickly talk about the hammer point rounds, my guy? For the P2020, Mosam, and 45, an increased 50% on unshielded enemies, 35% for the 45 and Mosam, though. Still, that's going to be huge, super exciting. But they've also introduced a new hop-up, the Kinetic Feeder. This is going to be for the Triple Take and Peacekeeper, while sliding significantly increase the choke time and automatically reloads the rounds. Whose idea was this? So now we're basically going to be sliding, which is going to reload and charge up our Triple Takes. We're just going to be slide shotgunning with PKs, because PKs needed more of a buff. It showed a Triple Takes up close, apparently. So that's a thing. So that's a thing I'm excited for. Totally not going to be enraged by getting PK to the face. That totally wasn't some pre-malt for what we're about to experience. Nah. We're going to be smacking some fools down with a Triple Take. We're going to be giving it right back to them. Shattercap for the 30-30 repeater and bow check there. They've passively affects hip fire for both weapons. ADS remains precision shot. No longer able to toggle on and off. 30-30 pellet damage reduced from 8 to 7, and the bow pellet damage reduced from 12 to 11. So a little bit of nerf, you would say, maybe to the shatter caps there. And they've also removed the projectile growth from bullets and reduced the damage of the Triple Take. We also discussed the flatline, guys. The flatline as well as the longbow are actually going into the crafter, and weapons that are in the crafter obviously won't be on the ground. So we're not actually going to have access unless crafted to the flatline or the longbow this season. Additionally, the flatline was reduced in damage by 1. The rampage was reduced from 28 to 26, and the revved up state magazine size from 40 to 34. So another little bit of nerf to the rampage there. Hell yeah. So added is the 45 Triple Take, Peacekeeper, Prowler, and Havoc. And removed was the Mastiff 30-30 repeater, R301, RIP, Car, and Longbow. So weapons crafted will come with no attachments and 2 boxes of ammo. Medkit price has been changed from 20 to 15, and the kinetic feeder has been added to the rotation. Some have affected me, I think, but maybe you've ran into some of these. So bug fixes and quality of life improvements here, squad. This is the beneath the surface of the update that I want to talk about. This is the stuff of the game that, like, we get so excited for new stuff, we forget, like, how much is still freaking bugged. So we're going to discuss some of what they have fixed. So they fixed the issue where multiple legends were missing voice lines when pinging a caged flyer. Fixed a boosted loader where ammo counter would remain highlighted when switched from low ammo Hemlock or Wingman to any other weapon. I seen that. Replicator fixes for cases where an item become stuck inside after crafting with full inventory. Yes. This would happen to me, so like I don't craft often, and then I would freaking craft, and then it would just eat my damn chocolate ball like a freaking vending machine. It's like, you don't need that, you fat ass. I'm like, hey, it's my chocolate ball. I paid $1. Sorry, what? Ugh. They fixed an error that would tell players to come back in a decade when matchmaking. Please come back in a decade. Fixed cases for lighting issues in some areas of Olympus. Fixed cases where Mirage Ultimate decoys could get stuck unsurfaced, raised slightly off the ground. Some arena fixes. They fixed a case where Crypto's drone charges could use multiple times in a single drone. As they fixed a case where trying to charge a Rampage or Sentinel rifle as the round starts results in the charge rifle being cancelled when the round starts. Well, they fixed that. I didn't play too much arenas until the end when they introduced Habitat, but I never had that happen to me. I'm pretty bad at charging up my weapons, to be honest. So they fixed Crypto's drone. Wouldn't show friendly nameplates. Okay, we can expect some fixes for cases where players were able to use melee on inclined surfaces to get the speed boost while sliding. So no more of that. Cheeky play. Fix a case where revving up the Rampage LMG while removing the extended mag causes the revved up bar to appear forever. Bugs, bro. So they're fixing a lot of these issues that we've actually had, maybe even without noticing it. Again, fixing a case where the timer for charging a Sentinel Rampage is not showing the correct time left for the animation, so you would feel like it was done, and so you would stop it, but then it would actually cancel it, and you're like, what? It said it was done? Scam? So they fixed that. They fixed cases where specific Legendary Horizon skins, certain Legendary Horizon skins would block a part of the screen when ADSing with the Prowler with a 1x holoscope. So I don't know if you've ran into that, anyone playing the Horizon with the Prowler. Fixed an issue where weapon challenges would not show progress after the match summary. Fixed a bug where charging up the Sentinel required 2 cells instead of 1 when wearing gold armor. Scam. Reduce the L-Star impact visual effects. Fixed a bug for cases where players could get a jump boost from death boxes in the vicinity of Horizon's grav lift after it being used. Oh, interesting. I haven't been playing much Horizon, but it looks like they're getting a couple fixes there to her abilities, just in how they interact with the world and everything. Reticle color customizations, the limit values from 0 to negative 255. Oh no, they're limiting values. I actually needed one of those negative values. I was going to go change my reticle color, but now they're limiting it anyways, so scam. Reticle color customization, improved inconsistencies with UI color and ADSing when different sniper scopes. Yeah, so there were some things that were happening. I seen it was kind of cool, but now it's basically not going to happen. I haven't actually gone in and changed my reticle color. Let me know if you have and what color you've changed it to. Right. So based on some feedback, they've adjusted some in-world icons for Ash's passive to be smaller and closer to the ground. When Ash's tactical hits an object it can stick to, it should now bounce off of it instead of destroying it. Okay, so anyone using Ash here, the new legend from last season, they're fixing some of her tactical. Also keep in mind, if you stun animals now, that's a lot more reliable for them to stay stunned with her tactical as well. So kind of fixing Ash up. Improved target experience for Ash's ultimate by preferred locations are farther away. So they basically put farther locations as the preferred locations. So to hopefully you won't be like looking far and get like one of those like 1 foot when you're like, I was clearly looking there, why'd you put me there? It should hopefully be treating you a little bit better. Audio fix for cases where the R99 gun sound effects persists when spectator changes to another player while R99 is fired. They fixed a case where players were unable to shoot through the chain link fences in Antenna. Nice, you can shoot through those fences now. It made no sense that you couldn't. Yep, ran into that one. Fixed a case where players could get stuck inside the map using Valk's ultimate on the command center. Ooh, Ripperoni, get stuck, fool. Based on feedback, they adjust the final round ring so they don't end in areas with no cover or populated by just prowler dens. Huge. Fix a case where players could be launched by gravity cannons while below it. So when you're like kind of underneath it, you would just get yeeted. Some fixes to World's Edge. Change fragment from high tier to mid tier loot. Fix an issue with Lobo's ultimate where it would not tell you the items inside the panels at the trials if they were locked. So you couldn't actually see what was inside the World's Edge Bloodhound trials if you're using Loba's Market. So they fixed a case where Gibby's arm would be missing during Pathfinder's Iron Haymaker finisher. Fix a case where the entire map hears audio if a player cancels beacon scan. They fixed an issue with Valk's Cloud Marauder Legend skin had darker hands in first person versus what's shown in the lobby or in other first person skins. They fixed cases where the players hit by Seer's Tactical just as the Enter Crafting would lose certain functionality. Ooh. That happened to anyone getting hit while crafting? And then you couldn't, like, do anything? Alright, so they fixed an issue where caustic barrels that were being deployed mid-throw would not be deleted after caustic dies. Okay. Good. Fixed an issue where sometimes Watson, Intercept, and Pylon would heal for less than intended. Fixed for cases where a crash would occur when players accept join club requests by clicking the approval button twice. Yikes. Fixed a bug where moving through Wraith's portal could feel choppy when placed in air via gravity cannons. Yup. Fixed a bug where stocks didn't drop from wildlife on Stormpoint. Good. We also noticed earlier when we were talking about wildlife that they improved the chance for the higher tier, like, loot and stocks specifically that weren't even dropping. Should now be dropping for you. But adding the ability to see, like, oh, this guy's got a heat shield, oh, this guy's got a mobile respawn or whatever, sweet, I'll grab the mobile respawn because he has the heat shield. You know, you can kind of just don't even have to ask. You can kind of see it now, so that's nice. Yes! Wait, quitting players can no longer deny kills and assists. Reviving no longer resets damage history. Ah ha ha! Ha! Take that, fools! That's totally happened. So hopefully now with the Nox not resetting the damage history, you should be credited some of your assists a little bit better. So that's nice. And the players that like are quitting and stuff, it won't like deny your kills or assists if they like dip before they've been, you know, properly eliminated, I guess. I kind of want to, like I said, do some private matches. I want to start playing more with you guys, whether it be in the new control mode, which is 9v9, figure out a way to group up. I don't know. We gotta get some games, fool. Excited for Season 12. So let's quickly wrap this up here. Starting with some observer changes. Added a toggle to disable the kill feed while in kill cam. Fixed ring visibility on minimap, and fixed kill calculations for the status and stats screen. Fixed some stat summary generation for team slots with default names. Disabled club features in private match. Added unique player IDs to post-game API. And then real-time API changes. Added weapon switched event. Added player names for events squad eliminated and match state end. Added teammate names for observer switched event. Fixed for item appearing unrecognized, and fixed character select event not populating with all players. We'll have to check some private matches out, squad. But hey, that's basically the patch notes. That's the beneath the surface. Everything from the bug fixes and quality of life updates to the weapon cycles, to the damn legend updates, rank change, which we're gonna be playing a lot of ranks, so kind of keen to see where that takes us. They changed the drop path again up here for Stormpoint, so we're gonna be dropping northeast. Bunch of changes to the wildlife, guys. Jump in Season 12, start knocking out some challenges, earning some rewards, trying out Control, master Maggie and the madness, but most of all, work together, have fun.
Any intel down below is much appreciated, squad. If you're still with me at this point in the video, it means a lot of energy goes into these, so a simple like goes a long way. And let me know what you're keen on for Season 12, and I'll see you in the streams. Stay safe, stay gaming. COMMsOut.